Kylian Mbappé was born in Bondy, a small suburb of Paris, to a family that lived and breathed football. His father, Wilfred, originally from Cameroon, worked as a football coach. His mother, Faiza, of Algerian descent, was a professional handball player. Growing up in this diverse and supportive environment, young Kylian was surrounded by the spirit of sports. From the very beginning, it was clear he was destined to chase the ball and dream of greatness.
In Bondy, Kylian's father, Wilfried, worked as a football coach, and his mother, Faiza, was a former handball player. From the very beginning, football was part of his blood. At just 6 years old, Kylian joined AS Bondy's youth academy, where his extraordinary speed and vision made him stand out. Coaches often said he wasn't just playing football, he was living it. By the time Kylian was just 11 years old, his talent was impossible to ignore. He was invited to join the prestigious Clairefontaine Academy, the same place that shaped legends of French football. Scouts from Europe's biggest clubs came to see him play. It was clear Kylian wasn't just another promising player, he was the future of French football. By the age of 16, he joined AS Monaco, a club famous for developing young talents. He was promoted to the first team. With his blistering pace, fearless dribbles, and natural goal-scoring instinct, he broke records as Monaco's youngest debutant and soon their youngest ever goal scorer. The whole of Europe began whispering his name, Mbappé. By 2017, the world could no longer ignore him. At just 18 years old, Mbappé lit up the UEFA Champions League. He scored against giants like Manchester City and Borussia Dortmund, helping Monaco reach the semi-finals against all odds. With every sprint and every goal, he proved he wasn't just a talent, he was a rising superstar. Europe had found its next wonder kid.
In the summer of 2017, the football world shook. Paris Saint-Germain paid over 180 million euros to bring Mbappé home. At just 18 years old, he became the second most expensive player in history. For the boy from Bondy, this wasn't just a transfer. It was the beginning of a new era. In Paris, under the Eiffel Tower's shadow, a superstar was about to rise.
February 2021, the Champions League round of 16. All eyes were on the Camp Nou, expecting another night of Barcelona dominance. But what unfolded was something entirely different. Kylian Mbappé, just 22 years old, tore apart one of Europe's biggest giants. With blistering pace, dazzling skill, and lethal finishing, he scored a hat-trick that silenced the Catalan crowd. Every run, every touch, every strike showed the world that a new superstar had arrived. That night wasn't just about goals, it was about a statement. Mbappé had stepped onto the European stage as a true world-class player, ready to challenge the legends of the game.
By the time he turned 19, Mbappé was already a champion in France. He helped PSG dominate Ligue 1, winning titles with stunning ease. His dribbles, his acceleration, and his fearless goals made him the brightest young star in Europe. People no longer called him a wonder kid. He was becoming a superstar, and everyone knew it. At just 19 years old, Mbappé conquered the biggest stage of all, the FIFA World Cup. In Russia 2018, he became the youngest French player to ever score in the tournament. His breathtaking pace, his fearless goals, and his performance in the final against Croatia made history. Mbappé wasn't just a rising star anymore, he was a world champion. After conquering Europe with unforgettable performances, Mbappé's dominance in France became undeniable. Season after season, he shattered records. Fastest goals, top scorer awards, and unstoppable solo runs. But his brilliance wasn't limited to the league. With Paris Saint-Germain, he lifted multiple French cups, delivering decisive goals. By 2021, Kylian Mbappé had already become the face of Paris Saint-Germain. His lightning pace, sharp dribbling, and clinical finishing made him the most dangerous forward in Europe. With Neymar and Messi joining him, PSG's attack was unstoppable, and Mbappé stood tall as the brightest star of them all. Despite PSG's attacking power, the Champions League continued to be Mbappé's ultimate challenge. In 2022, he delivered unforgettable performances, scoring crucial goals and proving once again why he was considered the future of football. Yet, the dream of lifting the Champions League trophy with Paris still remained just out of reach. As Mbappe's stardom grew, so did the transfer rumors. Real Madrid, the club of his childhood dreams, knocked on the door more than once. Fans across the world waited anxiously, with media headlines exploding over whether Mbappé would finally wear the white jersey of Madrid or remain the face of PSG's future. After renewing with PSG, Mbappé became the undeniable face of the club. Every match at the Parc des Princes turned into a showcase of his speed, flair, and finishing. But behind the scenes, questions still remained. Was he truly satisfied, or was Madrid still calling? In the 2022 World Cup final, the entire world witnessed a football masterpiece that will be remembered forever. France against Argentina, and Mbappé wrote an unbelievable chapter. With 3 goals in the final, he kept every French heart beating with hope until the very last moment. A hat trick in a World Cup final, an achievement only a few in history have ever reached. And even though the trophy went to Argentina, Mbappé left the tournament a hero in the eyes of millions, with a clear promise: the future belongs to him. In June 2024, the football world shook. After years of speculation, Kylian Mbappé finally signed for Real Madrid. In front of a roaring Santiago Bernabéu, he lifted the famous white jersey, his childhood dream fulfilled at last. From the streets of Bondy to Paris to the grand stage of Real Madrid, Kylian Mbappé's story is far from over. Now the question is, how many chapters of football history will he write in white? Whose story should we tell next?